In this video, I'm going to talk about why after doing 1 year of drinking alcohol, I don't think I'm ever going to drink again. I think I'm going to give you an interesting take because I definitely am someone who absolutely loved the drinking culture, and then I'm someone who given it up altogether. Now this video is not going to be an all-out assault on drinking alcohol. I'm going to highlight what I think are some of the funny aspects about drinking. What is alcohol? Like, what are the properties of alcohol? Alcohol is a disinfectant. It can be used to clean surfaces. Alcohol is a diuretic. It rids our body of water, especially cold water. I tell you, a lot of hard work's going into these videos. And then finally, alcohol is a depressant. Brings us down, makes us feel bad. What is addiction? Doing a thing repeatedly that you wish you didn't do at all or did less but cannot stop. What do you think of my new studio?
Okay, so the amount of famous people now who kind of decided to quit drink: Brad Pitt, Megan Fox, Ben Affleck, Lily James, Zac Efron, Tyler the Creator. It definitely isn't the pathway to happiness for them, being famous and drinking it up like crazy. It is very good to have like role models, people who, you know, have done very well in life and who've also made the same choice.
So, true or false? Giving up alcohol is difficult. The answer is it's false. Giving up alcohol is actually easy. I don't think I've sacrificed anything. Healthier, my brain is working far better, my memory is far better.
Okay, so another reason to stay away from the drinking is because it causes a big amount of damage to your brain and to your liver. I remember a story. I'd returned home from a whole summer of partying it up in the US. I was back in Ireland, about to start college. I went into Tesco for like a quick shop, returning out into the car park and not having a clue where my car was. I was thinking, you know, I gotta start college soon. This isn't a good sign. I can't even remember where my car is. Now I know what you might be thinking. Why don't I just cut down on the amount I drink? Free drink limit. The only thing that I think about that is, once you've decided alcohol is bad, I want to quit. I don't know, did you ever hear the saying, but a gardener does not keep a plot for weeds. Weeds are bad, they don't belong in the garden. You wouldn't say any amount of a bad thing is good. Just a little bit of shoplifting on the weekend is good. You wouldn't say a little bit of cheating is good. So once we've defined alcohol as bad, you're trying to not do it whatsoever. Even if I did want to shoplift, I don't think.
I'm going to give you a very important definition. This definition is rosy retrospective. Refers to our tendency to more fondly recall the past relative to the present. You're looking back at the good old days. You're remembering the nights out full of crack and hanging out with the lads, and you're forgetting the awful hangovers. I can even think back on my college days. Absolutely, I had lots and lots of great nights out, and those are the memories you remember, as opposed to the Monday mornings driving into college feeling like death.
I'm going to talk about the effect that giving up alcohol has on our lives. So definitely, I remember deciding to quit. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast about a woman who had also given up.
Because I don't drink, I am killing it. My life changed. I can trace my careers before and after. Like, on the dot.
And I definitely would safely say that since quitting, I've been a lot healthier, both mentally and physically. To quit, how many more workouts would you get in? How many euros or dollars would you save that you could put towards something a lot more beneficial than being hanging there in the bed in the morning? In talking about difficult times, listen, we all have them. Job losses, breakups. I think I've discovered that drinking after a bad day, it only makes things worse. But definitely I do understand. Sometimes it's nice to find comfort after something difficult has happened.
Now the next thing I want to talk about, you know, I look back on myself, I'm the biggest culprit ever. This idea of we're going out Saturday, let's meet up, we're getting absolutely smashed. And it's funny because once you've decided to quit and you've done so long off, you're almost like thinking, why would I want to get hammered? I think if you could develop a healthy relationship with drinking, have 2 or 3, 3 or 4, but this idea that getting smashed, it's going to make you feel awful the next day. What's going on?
I tell you, you were an awful idiot last night.
I'll never drink again, I promise.
That'll be the last time you can go there. Should they know who you are now?
No, I only had 1 or 2. I wasn't like it.
Ah, you did not. Should look into your wallet. All the money's gone.
Please, leave me alone. Go away from me.
I tell you, you're never going to get a woman now.
A good way of thinking about it is happy hour. The first drink or two, you feel absolutely amazing, but the issue is brought your kind of meter from 100% up to 110, but now you're dipping down to 90.
If you really like alcohol, it does two things to you. It makes you more extroverted and enthusiastic while you're on the ascending limb of the blood alcohol curve, which is why you have to keep drinking once you start. Because if you plateau, that goes away. So you got to keep drinking.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about alcohol and its effect on fear. When you drink, alcohol deadens the senses, so we're more likely to do stuff such as drink driving, fighting, going home with random people, doing drugs. Fear, you might not think it, is a very, very useful thing that we have. Let's say you're meeting someone in a bar, you're trying to chat to that lovely senorita, you're afraid. Alcohol potentially will give you that courage, will deaden that fear. Of course, it's good to take risks and to do things you're afraid of, but to do it in a measured and calculated way. Mental relaxation. I've had a long day, I just want to chill out and have a few beers. When you think critically about what mental relaxation is, more of a tuned in feeling, who do we think of as the most mentally relaxed and mentally stable people in the world? I would say Buddhist monks. You don't particularly see Buddhist monks sitting around drinking beers. So to get away from this idea that alcohol chills you out, makes you feel at peace inside, I don't think it's the reality. When I like to feel mentally relaxed, I do my yoga, I do my Tai Chi, I like to meditate on a rock hours on end. Since quitting the boozing, that is how I have found my mental relaxation. Willpower or won't power. Now, so an issue with the whole idea of trying to do 30 days, the feeling of having to wake up every day and try and stay away is not a good feeling, and it's not a good game plan. You might make it a month, you might make it 6 months, you might make it a year, but in this mindset of, okay, 1 year done, 25 to go, or 60 to go, I'm gonna hide in my cave for 6 months, it's not a good game plan. You still need to be able to do the things you like doing before quitting. You still need to be able to go out, have fun, chat to your friends. The idea that you're just going to be able to hide away for the rest of your life doesn't have to be the reality. Okay, so I'm going to talk about something else that I think really is a challenge for people when they do try and quit is, if I quit, I won't be able to come out of my shell. It's going to be very hard to talk to people, and that's a very, very honest and I think realistic challenge that a lot of people will face. It's a very short-term solution. Wouldn't you like to eventually grow the confidence to be able to talk in front of people in public, to go and chat up that girl you wanted to chat up? I think it's great if we can grow this without having to have 5 or 6 drinks, because you're going to have to go through your whole life, constantly having to have a few drinks for the confidence. But one of the next exercises I learned, the pineapple juice story. Imagine we're going to swap out your favorite drink for pineapple juice, something you've no interest in at all. And you rock up to a party, you see all the lads there getting ready for the big night out. Just imagine you've decided for some reason you've no interest, it's not your drink, it's not for you. How would the conversation go? Well, what's the crack? You drinking? No, I'm good. What is going on? You're off it. You're not drinking it. We just got 15 bottles of pineapple juice. Like, what are you on about? No, I'm cool. I'm just enjoying my night, you know what I mean? Chilling out. Come on, have one. There's loads there, loads for you. No, seriously, I'm good. Pineapple juice. Never even heard of it before today. What's going on? You'll be no fun. Have 1 or 2. Okay, so I hope you had a bit of a laugh from that, but it is a funny way of thinking about it, isn't it? I, myself, personally have been the biggest culprit of this. Someone rocks up to the party and I'm like, oh, what are you drinking? You've nothing. Here, I'll get you something.
Next thing we're going to talk about in terms of quitting alcohol is the amount of weight that potentially you're going to lose. If you add up all the Sunday mornings that you're not spending hungover and you're getting up and going on a run or doing yoga or whatever it is, it's really going to add up and you are going to drop weight. Because I was thinking back on, back in the day when you were 16, 17, 18, you weren't doing all this boozing and kebabs and stuff. Maybe there's a link between drinking more and weighing more. Like, I am willing to put quite a bit on the fact that if you decide to quit drinking, you're going to lose weight. Your skin's going to be better, you're going to be leaner. I'm not a doctor. There definitely is a correlation between dropping weight, looking better and feeling better. There's also a correlation between eating ice cream and feeling happy. Okay, so next I'd like to talk about our relationship with friend group when we do decide to quit drinking. Very, very hard on, I would say, your friends, because you went from this person who was good fun to now you don't drink. Now you go home at 10:30 and you go into bed. People don't like change. We like everyone to be the same person, still out with the lads having pints of Guinness. And unfortunately, you know, when you're hanging out with people and you're sober, after 5 or 6 drinks have been drank and you're sober, it is just kind of time to go home, because the conversation just isn't really there anymore. But I'm not saying most people in the pub are absolutely hammered and they're not able to hold a conversation. But unfortunately, you will have friends who their goal on a Saturday is to get hammered. And when you've decided to quit, you can't do it anymore. You really kind of can't be there, because not drinking is just not fun. You may have to actually choose, unfortunately, between staying sober and some friends. Absolutely. But I do feel very strongly that, you know, if someone only wants to hang out with you because you're drinking with them, they don't want to hang out with you when you don't drink, maybe it is time to find new friends, unfortunately.
There you have it, my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. You want to achieve something, you want to do something, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, guys. That's what I'd like to say to conclude this video. Maybe giving up alcohol is your path to happiness. Maybe it isn't. That's okay. If you'd like to check out my channel, I have many more videos.